Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zigga the Beast, producer and editor of Let's Hash It Out podcast. And we will be starting very soon. This is a bonus episode, just something that I saw that was being talked about a lot on social media. And hold on, let me make sure my. Okay. Just wanted to make sure my levels was coming through good. It's something I saw a lot on social media with the Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. I don't even want to call it a fight. It was just kind of like an incident. It was just like it was one and done. As quick as it started was as quick as it finished. And a lot of people had some opinions on what they would do in the situation, like who was at fault. Of course, the two guys that are going back and forth, jawing at each other, they're clearly the main ones at fault. But like, if you have surrounding parties that are listening in, hearing the banter going back and forth, like, do you step in? When do you step in? When do you stop it? When do you all that? So we're gonna get into that a little bit, and that'll be it. It's just a bonus episode. It's just a bonus topic. Something that we wouldn't probably talk about on Tuesdays, just to give everybody some more content for the show, like we talked about in our post show last week. So with that being said, just hang tight. We got another 2 minutes before we get started. We're going to hash out this right quick, and then we're going to just go ahead and get into it. Appreciate y'all. All right.
Hey, it's Tay from Let's Hash It Out podcast. The first place you come to hash things out every Tuesday at 7 p.m. No topic is off the table, and the audience is the biggest part of the show. Get ready for Let's Hash It Out podcast.
What's going on, everybody? This is Zigga the Beast once again, here for another bonus episode of Let's Hash It Out podcast. Finally, what's good, Jay Smooth? How you doing, big dog? And we're here to talk about the incident that happened in the Warriors facility, the Warriors practice. There's a lot of things to uncover with what happened, and it first starts with the two people that are bickering and they're going back and forth. You have the teammate element that's like we'll go over the video and you'll see kind of like where I'm coming at it, on what angle I'm coming at it with. And then you have the issue of like someone leaked this. Like this was a private video. This is a private video practice of the team, and it got leaked for everyone to see. Brittany McDowell said Draymond is ugly. Yeah, his actions are ugly too. I appreciate you for coming in, but it's crazy. So without further ado, let's just take a look at what happened. Like what happened for those that do not know what's going on, we're gonna all watch this together and we're gonna hash this out. All right, so you got Draymond up top where they pointed at. If you see, so I don't know if y'all noticed, but Jordan Poole, young man right here, he's wiping sweat off his face. They're going back and forth, like they're jawing at each other. And you can't see the vid? Hold on, I'm sorry. Can y'all see the video now? Let me see. It's just trying to see if we could fix this on the fly. All right, let me just stop screen sharing. Let me try to share it again. If not, we're just gonna go over it. Chrome tab, and we have this share, and then we're gonna try to share it again. Let me know if y'all see it now, because I see it on my screen. Let me know if y'all see it now. And thanks for letting me know that, VT. So we're gonna back it up a little bit. All right, I think we're good. All right, so we have Draymond Green here. Hey T, what's good, T Dunn? We see it? Okay, cool. So you see the two guys jawing at each other, and I'm gonna pause right here. And we have Steph Curry. You have Steph Curry right here, and you have, I don't know who this is, but you got teammates around. You have people around that's witnessing this go on. They jawing at each other. And he's approaching. I'm sorry, I was saying this is Jordan Poole. I'm sorry, this is Jordan Poole right here in the white jersey. And he's walking up to him. So I don't know what he's saying. I don't know if he's saying like, go hang out with your boy Brian. Go ahead and talk on your podcast. Like, I don't know what exactly was said or what was the triggering words to get to this point. But we're gonna get into that once we go over some of the articles. He walks over to him. All right, so right here, we have a coach. I don't know who this is, a coach or whoever. He's kind of walking over this guy right here in the shorts. Jordan Poole pushes him. Bow, like, dog. Just craziness. Just cracked his teammate in the jaw. I mean, you in his personal space. He kind of had a reason to push you off. You know what I'm saying? Like he really connected. Okay, so so the thing is, there's a few things to unpack here in this video from my standpoint. So, for one, why didn't the teammate step in if you saw it escalating, to this point? I feel like it kind of gave me vibes of, like when your sibling is catching a whooping or a spanking, as some might say, and you don't want no piece of it too, so you just kind of like turn your head like, I don't want no smoke from mom or dad, so I'm gonna just kind of turn my head. That's what it kind of felt like. It felt like they was just kind of like turning it back, like it don't affect me. I'm not in it. My name ain't Bennett, so I ain't in it type vibes. And I feel like as a team, when things get out of control, they got to step in. Now, there's a second aspect to it. Some people said this happens all the time in sports with teammates on athletic teams. You have a group of alpha males. You have a group of alpha male personalities. They clash. They tend to clash, and these things tend to happen, which we get. But there's like a fine line. Like, pushing and shoving matches usually is what occur a lot of times, but the way that he really wound back and like cracked that man in his mouth, it was just kind of like, it seemed like he been meaning to do that or been wanting to do that for a long time. So another thing too is, who leaked the footage? Who leaked the video? And from what I read, according to CBSSports.com, which was written by Colin Ward Henniger. He was saying that an initial report of the altercation said that Green forcefully struck Poole, which is what we saw on Friday morning. The video was leaked. And he said that the Warriors are exploring every legal course of action to figure out how the video was leaked, according to ESPN. So the fallout of that was Jordan Poole reportedly participated in shooting drills after the incident on Wednesday. So this happened on Wednesday. We're just now kind of figuring out about it after the fact. And he practiced fully on Thursday, so it appears that he was not seriously injured by the punch and will not miss any time. So that'd have been crazy if, when he, by him punching him like that, he would have missed some time, broken a jaw, something like that. They also have said Green has since apologized to the team for what happened, and I'm gonna show my screen so y'all can kind of read along with me if y'all want to. And we're gonna go here. Let me blow this up some. He's Myers, who's the owner. He says, it's the NBA, it's professional sports. These things happen. Nobody likes it. We don't condone it, but it happened. Draymond apologized to the team this morning. Jordan was there in the room. I was there in the room, the team, the coaches, the players. So seems like everything was kind of addressed in the locker room, and they said discipline will be handed out internally. So probably won't really hear about it. So there's also reports that are being refuted from the Warriors, saying that a tweet from Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports suggested that the incident was stemming from a change in his attitude as negotiations and potential extension with the Warriors are going on. So a lot of people are saying that's not true. They're saying that he's been a pretty good teammate, and that seemed like it was an isolated incident. So this is from Bob Myers, who shared this message to Draymond after yesterday's incident in practice. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it.
But because you've been through this with Draymond, how would you, I guess, measure or articulate your level of disappointment with this happening at this time with this team so early before the season even starts?
Well, Draymond is one of my favorite players. I told him that, but I just said, you're better than this. Like, don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. Don't put yourself in this position. Still love the person. Don't love what he did. but still love the guy. So he's complicated. I mean, but he is a good person. He is a good person. He is. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of things he's done. Yesterday wasn't one of them. So,
And I said owner, I meant to say general manager of basketball operations. So sorry about that. I misspoke. So definitely disappointment shown from his staff and teammates and everything like that. So my question to you all would be like, if you were Jordan Poole, how would you handle this situation? So a lot of people are saying that like at this point it's like no point, it's like a point of no return. There's nothing that could be said to mend this relationship. And Draymond has a history with rubbing teammates the wrong way. You've seen it happen with KD. KD and Draymond got into an altercation, argument on the sideline, and that resulted in KD leaving. And now you see it with Jordan Poole. You start seeing these trends with the same person that's being tied into these things often. So it's like he does bring a lot of value to the team, but what are you willing to balance with the player? Because a lot comes with them, but he does provide a lot of good and a lot of high IQ basketball. So it's a give and take. It's a lot of give and take. So my thoughts would be, I don't know how I would feel like if a teammate of mine just cracked me in the jaw like that because we got into a trash talk back and forth on the court. I gotta get my, I feel like I gotta get my lick back. It's on site every time I see him. Like I couldn't be on the team. This is me. So like I've played sports. I've been in environments where you have a lot of alpha males. I've been in the military. I've been in situations where you have a lot of alpha males, a lot of personalities clash and different things like that. But I've seen things like this happen where when fists get thrown, it's like a point of no return. What do you do after this point? Like, are we gonna just go back and be kumbaya? We cool? Like shit ain't sweet? Like shit, like shit sweet? Like ain't nothing happen? Like you ain't just cracked me in a jaw, and then now you got the element of Twitter, people making memes on you, people roasting you, everybody in DMs, everybody showing you. It's a lot of unpack when things like that and people are in the public eye. So if I was in that situation, I don't know if I would be able to be in the same room with that person or be teammates with them. Now, if it's a situation where they, the management, like we're not trading anybody, we're not moving anybody, then you gotta keep it as professional as possible. I've seen, and we've all seen instances where teammates didn't like each other and just made it work for the betterment of the team. Like they say, you ain't gotta like each other, you ain't gotta be best friends, you ain't gotta be buddy, but you gotta be able to come together for the common good of the team, and everybody's is here for a common cause, which is to win a championship, right? My boy Jay Smooth says Jordan Poole should move on. Draymond seems like he hasn't done the work. Maybe he needs to take some time off to get help. The Warriors will be fine without him. Yeah, because I think both guys are up for contract extension. What's good, Cole Beasy? How you doing, big brother? Jordan Poole is at the end of his rookie contract, which is I had it pulled up. That's my fault. I think I might have closed the tab by accident. Kimmy talk. What's good, Kimmy? We just talking some sports. Draymond Green going around punching teammates and different things like that, just acting unusual. and we're not gonna hold y'all long. It's just something to kind of huddle up right quick, kind of talk about it, and then let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. All right, so Jordan Poole signed a 4-year, $10 million contract with the Golden State Warriors with an average salary of $2.5 million. That's his entry rookie deal. Hey, Hellhound, appreciate you for subscribing over on Twitch, man, for 30 months. 30 months in a row that man been supporting me, man. I appreciate you. J-Dub, what's good, bro? We just talking about Draymond Green wilding backstage with not backstage, during practice with the Warriors. So the question that I ask everybody is, if you and a teammate get into an altercation and a teammate literally punches you in your jaw, like knocks you, like he didn't knock him out, but he knocked him down. After everything kind of, smooths out, would you still want to be on that team? Would you still want to rock with him like that? I feel like I couldn't. I feel like I couldn't do it, because if I see him, I would want to. It would be on site. Now, I've been into situations where teammates talking trash, and then your surrounding cast like, hey, y'all chill out, like hey, y'all chill out, stop that. Like, your teammates diffuse the situation. But if we look at the video, it seems like no one wanted to get in on it. Man, we got a special guest this evening. Like, what? We have the voice of the city of New Orleans. We have the voice of the New Orleans Saints, and soon to be voice of the voiceless of what is known as the New Orleans Pelicans. We have the Jono Barnes. What's good, bro?
I am doing very well. How are you?
How you doing, man? I know it's been rough with our our Saints. So it's kind of good that we got some basketball news to talk about to get our mind off of.
So next time you introduce me, call me the prestigious John O'Gorman.
Okay. The prestigious. Hold on, I got you, though. Hold on. Please welcome to the show, the prestigious Jono Barnes.
Don't everybody clap at once now. Don't everybody clap at once. There you go.
Let
the audience clap. I'll
okay.
stand up and go. You gotta let them. I know they all clapping at home, standing up, and just give me a round of applause. So this is where I'm like. How are you doing, Ziggy?
I'm doing good, man. I saw this video with Jordan Poole and Draymond Green at their practice, and it's just some wild stuff, man. Have you seen this during your time working with the Pelicans?
I've seen the video. Do you know what you have to do after something like that happens?
What do you do, dog? Gotta fight.
The Pelicans gave us the MO 5 months ago.
Facts.
You gotta fight.
You got to.
Matter of fact, look.
You got to, dog.
Right now, they could just be men. Go in the backyard off the parking lot up there, training facility, and they can hash it out in a man.
Hash it out by fist.
This is how they're gonna hash it out. That's how you hash it out. Ziggy, it's one of those things, Ziggy. Look,
crazy, bro.
Dumb, right? Like, we all know fights. This isn't the first time a teammate has been punched. This isn't the first time a work.
Right.
Not just sports, but a fracas, whatever you want to call it, has happened at work. So I don't want to act like what Draymond did is like some ungodly, unheard of action. It's happened before. Hell, we cheer Michael Thomas on every week. 2 years ago, Michael Thomas punched Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. The only difference is we didn't have video footage of what happened. We just got reports. This would have been the same type of stories. It would have been like one of those things that, it happened, you hear about it, but then you move on. It only makes it a lot worse when you actually see the footage. And to be fair, Jordan Poole got his jaw rocked. I mean,
He really did, dog.
you know, when you see the footage, you're like, whoa, this was a lot more different than maybe how most people pictured it. But it does happen, and I'm not trying to absolve Draymond Green of any blame. He definitely deserves punishment. There's definitely going to be some fallout / ill will. Do I think it's something that's going to carry over the team or affect them throughout the season? Yes and no. Like, there's always going to be resentment, right? Like if somebody like Ziggy, me and you, if we ever had gotten into a fight, and, you know, I came up to you. Notice I'm making me like the aggressive and the one who actually does the punching, and I punched the shit out of you. You know, there's a good chance that maybe we can talk it out. You know, let time heal wounds or whatever. But there's always going to be that, you know, that they know about his. Like especially on your end, you're gonna be like, man, I can't believe it's gonna, you know. Well, we cool now, you know, but you know, there's always that resentment that's going to be there. So in that way, it's going to be something that affects them. But I don't think it's going to be something that really just drains the juice of the Golden State. It is the dynasty. I mean, it's pretty fitting. If you was on Twitter this morning when the footage was leaked,
bruh, right?
Draymond was the number one trending topic. You know who was number two? Wasn't Jordan Poole. It was Steve Kerr. And why was it Steve Kerr? Because Michael Jordan did the same damn thing as Steve Kerr.
That's what Jay Smooth said. Yep.
Like this, Michael Jordan punched the shit out of Steve Kerr. So Steve Kerr's probably getting PTSD when he watched that last one.
Imagine they had that on video.
Oh God, with NBA, Michael Jordan of all players, they would have freaking set the internet on fire if the internet existed.
Right.
Back then. But so these things happen, right? Like this.
Right.
The only difference is that we finally have footage. Some Golden State Warriors intern or employee made a lot of money today. So
and they said that they're doing legal action. According to CBS Sports, they said the Warriors said they're gonna do the highest legal action possible to.
I hope that
he
made a pretty payday because he might need it. And it's one of those things where look, there's only so many people who have access to things like that in the NBA. You know, I'm involved. I was involved with the Pelicans for 13 years. You were involved for about 2 years. Our best friend Lyndon is still involved. He's probably gonna be
still doing it
till the day he dies. But like, there's so much security cameras and stuff. Like it might be pretty easy to find out who leaked that video from going to State side of things. So I hope that whoever did give it to TMZ, he makes a very, very pretty payday.
It was worth it.
Honestly, something where like. The person who got the footage didn't leak it himself, but he found like, you know, a third party or whatever. So like say if I was working with the Pelicans and I got the footage, I'll probably text you, yo, Ziggy, I'll send you this video. You send it to TMZ and we split it, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
It's still possible to find out, like, you know, okay, who had access to this file.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably going to be a little tense in the Golden State Warriors building, not just because of Draymond and Jordan Poole, but because they're going to be, these employees are now all on edge wondering who the hell leaked this video and everybody's job is on the line.
Yep, and that's the thing. So another thing too is some people were saying like, as the bickering and back and forth was going on, like Steph, like you see people on the court like just kind of like turning their heads, and then of course no one breaks up the fight until fists are thrown.
Well, you got to ask yourself, this is Draymond's first time that we know of who actually finally punches somebody. So nobody probably thought that, you know, again, not when I say fights too, I don't mean just like fist fights, like arguments and stuff happen all the time. Ziggy.
Oh yeah, of course.
Not that we want to brag, but me and you know some things that happen behind the scenes where throughout the Pelicans. You know, like it happens. Like, you know, that the difference is that this time fists were thrown and at this time footage got out. But, you know, every time, you know, teammates start going at it again, like you said earlier, it's alpha males, it's ego, it's pride, you know, it's intensity already because it's, you know, probably a practice where like they were going back and forth, you know, so the competitive spirit is already up.
Exactly.
You're used to like, oh, they're bickering, they're fighting, whatever. You're not thinking when you see these teammates going at it.
He's about to really punch him.
Something serious. Now, when Draymond started walking, I think everybody should have been on high alert. And it seemed like one of the coaches was. He was
trying to, yeah.
At that point, that coach and a lot of people should have been like, hold on, Draymond. We see you walking like it's getting a little
like,
more.
Relax.
Like, I'm trying to put myself in a situation. Draymond doesn't have a history of this, right? So, like, even if I see Draymond, and I'm a mind my business type thing. I ain't getting involved in it because
facts.
Just between y'all two men, y'all can handle it. So if I see Draymond walking, now my reaction is I'm just like, you know, if I'm stepping somebody, I'm like, oh, well, Draymond's probably gonna get in his face, and they're gonna, you get into the face and say, well, what you gonna do? What you know, it's always, and
you know how they do. Mm-hmm.
You know, fake tough guy, everybody pushing each other, and then you know, like you let everybody. So I'm thinking, oh, that's what Draymond's gonna do if I'm Steph Curry or whatever. So I can't really blame anybody. The blame goes on at the end of the day, Draymond. He took the punch. I see people saying, "Oh, Jordan Poole should have been ready," because whenever somebody walks at you that aggressively and gets in your space, you gotta be ready because you don't know what's going on. Mine, so you better be ready. That you know that I'm just arguing with this guy. I gotta be getting the defense. That something like that.
He clearly had his guard down too. Like
I don't like victim blaming like that. Like at the end of the day, though, that's your teammate. You know, and
facts.
I sincerely thought Jordan Poole said something that personal or vicious that a punch was warranted. So we can sit here and say, "Oh, what should the players have done?" We can say what should the players have done. Draymond deserves blame. He deserves heat. The fact that I think right now they only gave him like 2 days off. So what the hell does 2 days off though? You know, like he's still getting paid. Like there's got to be some type of internal punishment to discourage it because you don't want to show favoritism, even though Draymond probably has a hierarchy above in that organization, given that he's helped them win 4 championships. But you know, you gotta. Draymond has to look himself in the mirror, and he has to accept everything that comes with it. And I don't want to blame, and I'm not going to blame anybody else, including Jordan.
Yeah. Very, very, very good answer. I agree, because a lot of people were saying that, you know, people could have diffused the situation, X, Y, Z, but yeah. So the follow-up question would be, are Draymond Green's days numbered with the Warriors? Because of this, you know, he has a contract extension coming up, a situation coming up maybe within the next 2 years. Jordan Poole's at the end of his rookie contract. So do you think these guys can coexist, or do you think it's kind of like, all right, man, like you already ran Kevin Durant off, now you pissing off our up and coming upstart rookie? Like, come on, bro.
Well, let me go back right quick. You said you're right. You're saying everybody's saying that's a pet peeve of mine. Everybody always, you know, you see a video of something that goes viral or whatever, and everybody says, well, I would have done this. You don't know what you were doing that moment. Like, so suddenly, like that's one of my pet peeves. Like, you know, you'll see something like a robbery video or something. Oh, I would have done this. Like, no, shut up. Nobody knows what they're doing. Faced with confrontation, when faced with like a daily situation, when faced with something that, you know, you're not expecting, you don't know what you're going to do. So it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback and I would have did this and I would have stood. No, like shut up. Like, no.
Facts.
But, so it's interesting, right? Because I would think that anybody with a sane mind would pick Jordan Poole right now over Draymond Green if you're building a team of, you know, who you want for the future. But Draymond Green is such a staple with that Warriors organization. He's an icon. He's going to, you know, it's going to be the big three when all is said and done. Him, Steph, and Clay. Now, obviously, Draymond, and I think Draymond's a fine player. I like Draymond. I worked for him in the past. I have no, you know, bad things to say about him. He's obviously not on Steph and Clay's level of, you know, impactful player on the court. But he's that guy that, you know, changed the environment in Golden State. And sometimes you have to be the greatest player of all time. You got to be a guy who just helps change.
You know his role.
So it's one of those things where, like, you know, you can't push that to the side. As great as Jordan Poole looks to be blossoming into as a player, as much potential as he has, which is why he obviously wants the contract, because he looks like he could be a 20 points per game all-star type player.
Fact.
Draymond is, like they say in the hood, he's solidified in the streets. He's solidified in them Golden State Warriors streets. So it's going to be interesting. Now, granted, there's no loyalty in sports. I'm sure Draymond would love to play with LeBron, because him and LeBron suddenly had this buddy-buddy relationship for the past 3 or 4 years.
And each other's weddings and stuff, yeah.
It's not out the line to say that Golden State would. And, you know, tough business decisions do happen in basketball. So if I'm a GM and it's something where it seems like there's just no going back from this, like Jordan Poole and Draymond have too much resentment that it's not going to get any better and it's hurting our team overall. Because I don't mind if two teammates hate each other. That happens often. A lot of
of course.
Teammates, not every teammate likes each other. But if it's affecting the team now and it's becoming like people are picking sides and there's more resentment and they're going more for the smartest things at practice now because they already got resentment between each other. If I'm a GM, I'll be honest, I'm picking Jordan Poole. I'm making that tough decision. You know, it's sport. I know fans are going to be mad at me that I'm letting one of the icons leave, but that icon is showing his age. That icon does not bring as much value to the team currently as Jordan Poole. So I'm keeping Jordan Poole. I'm assuming that you saw a clip from the owner that they're going to try to, make this work out as much as possible and keep both. That's a dream work. Maybe it does happen. I mean, again, I keep going back to our local comparison. We kept Michael Thomas and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson for 2 years.
They worked it out.
Thomas punched them. And we traded eventually Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But it never seemed like the fight between those two ever lingered on the field or caused any internal problems. So if that is possible between the two, then you keep both of them. If it comes to they got to keep somebody, you make the tough choice. You say, Draymond, thanks for the memories. Once you retire, you'll have your jersey hung up. You'll still be a hero of all time down there. But how often does a player stay with one franchise their whole career anyway at this point, right? So I'm willing to be the bad guy and say, yeah, I got Jordan Poole for the next 10 years. I'm going to keep him, man. We'll let you go play with LeBron or whoever they send Draymond to.
So does this incident change your answer? Would you have the same answer if this incident didn't come out? Or like if this wasn't a repeat offense with him running players off or pissing teammates off or different things like that?
I think everybody would have, well, now that we've seen the video, we all have different opinions than we did.
Exactly.
As of last night, nobody knew the video was going to come out. So when you see it, it's kind of like, and this is a way different scenario, but the Ray Rice domestic violence thing, like when we all heard about it, you hear it and it's sad, but you're immune to domestic violence. You're like, oh, well, that's bad. Shame on, you wave your finger, you wag your finger at him. Then the video came out and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
From, the Ravens saying, nah, we'll teach him an internal lesson, and the fans being like, okay, whatever. He never played another football game in his life.
Never touched the football again.
And you seeing it, for you to go, I mean, shit, just thinking we see it right now. They did the, and I'm going with some extreme ass comparisons. But
no, you good, bro.
The Jeffrey Dahmer movie. Like, Jeffrey Dahmer, this is a 30-year-old story about him being a serial killer and all that, but Netflix makes the movie, so now we're seeing it. Not actual footage, but like, the art of it and how graphic it was. And now it's like, he's this big thing again and everybody's rehashing the story. And it's like, yeah, well, because you see it.
Because you see it now.
So us seeing it makes us feel a lot different today than we did last night when all we was going by was just the reports about it. That's a question that we got to ask the Golden State Warriors leadership. That's not something, I mean, granted, how I feel about it is, it comes back to, again, how are Jordan Poole and Draymond Green going to move going forward? Is this something that you can just tell is lingering and that there's a possibility it can come to blows again? If they don't like each other, but they keep their distance, fine. You live with it. It's not ideal. Right. They ain't going to be the first two teammates in history to not like each other, but still be able to play together. But if it's something that you see, them going a little extra hard at each other during practice or talking a little extra, it comes down to another maybe shoving match or something, and that's when you got to make.
That's when you like,
but
and
I'm not going to like trade Draymond tomorrow because of.
I was about to say, that'd be overreacting.
Next few months play out and see what happens, and then I'll make my decision based on what the fallout was. Not outside, like whatever the fans say, what the fans going to say. You can't listen to the outside noise.
Yeah.
I'm focused on what's going on inside the building. How are my players reacting to it? How are Draymond and Jordan Poole acting to it? And then that's when you make a decision.
True. And
I thought Sean was joining. He probably got scared. I didn't punch Sean.
Man, busy
like that in my day, Ziggy. He didn't want to come on because he had a lot of PTSD too. I
wasn't gonna hold y'all long. It was just a little 30-minute, 45-minute little huddle up.
30 minutes of hell for Sean because I punched Sean. You think these Boston gloves are for decoration? Well, I done matched Sean out a few times before. We keep it on the down low, we don't want to let that word get out. But
right.
But I have to set him straight. You know how Sean gets sometimes. He happen his mouth, blah, 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 Rams this and Rams that. Sometimes you just got to, Sean, damn. I done knocked Sean out a few times before.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man, you know what's funny, man? Ask one more. We got one more topic I want to bring up with you before we go, and I'm having a little bit of deja vu, Jono, because when I first got into podcasting, I don't know if you remember this. When I first started Ziggy's Epic Podcast, this was 3 years ago, bro. First episode. Who was on my show? First episode, my boy Jono Barnes.
Prestigious.
The prestigious Jono Barnes. And what did we talk about? We talked about Zion getting drafted, coming to New Orleans.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, he's back. It's scary hours.
You
for
see where I'm
everyone.
getting at?
It's scary hours for the whole world. I hope the people who are watching today, and thanks to everybody who's joining us on a random Friday night unannounced show. But I'm glad that you're doing these, Ziggy, man, because there's so many great topics to discuss, and you and Sean and Tate can probably make your voices heard with so many topics people are interested in. So, one, I'm honored that you included me. I'm a little disappointed
Of course, bro.
he didn't want to show up, but I get it. You know, he has a lot of haunting memories of me punching him a few times, so it's understandable. But yeah, as you know, we talked about Zion, and you know,
and that's what I want to get in our final topic. I want to say, like, what do you think about? You saw the first practice. Zion is back. He looks in shape. He shredded some pounds.
Yeah.
Looks good. We got all our team. We got Bi. Bi didn't play. We have CJ McCollum now on the team. We got a good coach.
I keep looking at the game while it's going on.
No, you good, bro. Everyone seems happy to be here. Stephen A. Smith just announced that we're a sleeper team, and he wouldn't be surprised if we came out number 1 in the NBA or in the West.
What's your thoughts on that, Ziggy? And I want to say,
I don't know, bro.
To the text message. Go ahead. I'm leaving the floor to you. What's your thoughts
I don't know, bro. You know how I feel about Stephen A. I have a love-hate relationship with this dude.
I think, yeah, I mean, I respect the hell out of him, you know?
Yeah. So what do you think, Jono, like the Pelicans?
We got to respect that Stephen A. he has his own personal life where he's doing a ton of business stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He has to, he's not going to be able to sit back and watch every
Oh, of course, right.
So of course, his opinion is going to fluctuate a lot on different things because he's not like in the weeds looking at what the Pelicans are building the way we are. So that's why I usually take all.
That's why I want to get Jono's opinion because you are tapped in with the Pelicans and the Saints. So when we talking Pelicans, I really value your opinion and want to know what you think of your thoughts of the outlook of the Pelicans, how we're looking. How are you feeling? Are you feeling kind of like, are you feeling excited? Like,
boy.
You know how Uncle Buck said,
we going to the goddamn championship. Shit wasn't the games. Like, what you talking about, Dr.
That's what I want to hear from John.
We went in 3, and I'm still like, oh hell yeah, we're gonna get that thing turned.
I'm like that as well. Remember I said it's only week 4. Remember?
We in it until we not. Ain't that how we operate?
We in it till we not.
Who are the 2 people in the group chat that was still waving the Pelicans flag last year when things were looking real dire? It was 2 people in that group chat. Who was it? You're
1 and 2.
Me and Ziggy were like, everybody calm down. Yeah, obviously our record isn't what we want it to be, but things are building. And
I tried to tell them, bro.
Man, you couldn't have predicted that it was going to turn around that quick in March and that we were going to go on this crazy playoff run that we went on. But
and shout out to the play-in tournament.
We went 3-16 because Ziggy knows more than anybody. Whenever something happens that involves 3-16, that's a sign of great to come. 3-16 never fails. Remember that, folks. If you learn one thing from John Barnes, 3-16. Jose is definitely taking off.
Jose taking off. I believe that.
Never fails. What I'm excited about, Ziggy, is that the hype around this team, not just nationally, that's whatever. Hype is always going to come and go nationally, but
correct.
Locally, it's great. Like the buzz is tremendous.
Okay.
I did a vlog on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/John Barnes, folks.
Yes, please go check him out at John Barnes.
It was a practice
on YouTube.
It wasn't anything that I thought was special, but I was like, hey, they're doing open practice for fans. And it wasn't even really a practice. It was a practice. Like, it was freaking them doing layup lines and then singing rookie karaoke or whatever. But that video, I believe, has 8,000 views right now. Granted, 8,000 views ain't gonna set the world on fire, but for a small YouTube channel like me and for the Pelicans, my Saints videos, we accustomed to those videos doing numbers, right?
Right.
For a practice block. We ain't talking the
practice. We talking practice.
Practice. Shout out to Adam Iverson. But that to get 8,000 views, it shows just how much buzz and hype is going on with this team. It shows how much of a box office attraction Zion is, because I was smart to put Zion as the main focal point of my thumbnail because the fans love them some Zion. But I'm excited. I'm not going to, all jokes aside, I'm not going to act like it's a guarantee that we're going to be this great team because me and Ziggy have got hyped in the past over Hornets/Pelicans teams and had the dick luck many times in our lives. Our expectations versus the reality of how the Pelicans ended up playing. But I really do like what we built. I'm knocking on wood, especially with how rough football season has gone so far, that the Pelicans can take the baton, especially if it's going to be a rough season overall for the Saints, and like really set the city on fire. And when you see somebody like Zion, who I think has the potential to be a top 3 player in this league if he stays healthy and plays to his potential. When you see somebody like Brandon Ingram, who is finally coming into his own and in his peak of his career, which is 28 points per game, a solid defender, and then you see CJ McCollum is our third option. Are you kidding me? Like CJ McCollum, come on, that's a damn good third option to have, arguably a top 5 third option in the NBA. And then you see the potential that you saw last year with Jose Alvarado and Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. You want to be biased, but also optimistic and say if these guys reach their potential, like I'm the president of the Herb Jones fan club. I'm looking at Herb Jones and I'm like, this guy could be another Kawhi Leonard.
Thank you.
I'm biased, of course.
I like this guy.
That's a hard ass threshold to meet, but the way he plays defense and the way that his shot was coming on, I'm like, this guy,
like this dude,
like this team could be really. Thanks for putting my stuff down there, Ziggy.
I got you, dog.
That guy's the A+ producer. I got high hopes for the team, and I feel like probably stronger about this season or coming into the season than I felt in a long time. Now, if you watched the video, your first podcast or whatever, I said a lot of stuff that didn't come to fruition last time.
It was like, yeah, I'm at the pull.
Here we are 3 years later, and it finally starting to come to fruition. But we had to eat our licks for a little bit. But
I was excited.
Hey, that's what being a sports fan. That's what I make fun of.
Yeah, bro. I was talking trash to everybody. I was like, y'all want him to go to New York?
Like you're always going to get excited for your team. What good is being a fan if you don't have hope, right? You got to have hope.
That's it.
Now, the great thing is, it's good to have hope when you actually see the results starting to fester.
There you go.
So I do think it's going to be a good year. I joke personally, privately, I guess, with Ziggy and our family unit circle that we have. I keep joking. Ziggy knows I always say Pelicans are going to be a top 4 seed. And I always say top 4 every time like a good Pelicans clip comes out or we do a good play. I'll text the group chat top 4 as in we're going to be a top 4 seed in the West. I've said that so many times jokingly that I'm starting to believe it, Ziggy. I really am starting to believe it.
Utah broke up.
2008 vibes with the Hornets when they were the number 2 seed, and but you saw like that 2007 for the real, the ones who were fighting on the team the year before. Like you saw something brewing with Chris Paul and all them, right? So it wasn't that much of a shock when the Pelicans was whooping ass in 2008. I'm feeling that in 2009. I'm really, really hopeful again, especially if the Saints are going to continue to play like shit. Then we need the Pelicans to come save the day for us.
Yeah, because you got.
Are you watching the game? You got a bucket?
Because Utah, I got it DVR.
All right, I got you.
I got the YouTube TV. But Utah Jazz broke up. Portland Trailblazers, we got CJ. Phoenix Suns, they having some chemistry issues.
Yep.
I mean, you got Golden State, you got the Grizzlies, Dallas.
Dallas with Luka, you never know.
Denver's
interesting. Jokic is an amazing player. You ask yourself, does Denver have better depth at this point than us?
There you go. Top heavy.
I'm biased. You got to say that yes, they do, but you also can be biased and say, but if Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado, and Trey Murphy take that leap, well, then suddenly I feel like our depth becomes better than them. But that's being biased. I'm admitting that's being biased.
That's true.
But I'll put Denver. So that's 4. But still, I'm.
And then you got Clippers.
That's why I'm saying I think we take a leap over Denver this year.
What about
take a leap over Dallas too?
And what about Clippers?
Clippers are probably going to be the number 1 seed, I think.
Okay, so that's your.
We've been having the Clippers for the past 2 years, and they've been okay. So we'll see.
Right.
But I'm still going to give them one more year of hype. So I have them over us.
We won. We beat them out in the play-in tournament, the play-in rankings to get our playoff spot.
Sometimes you need luck in this league.
Well,
sure.
That's a top 5, and then of course you got teams like the Rockets, Thunder,
they are
Spurs, Lakers.
That high school college kid right now that I don't even remember his name, but he's been like the number one trending topic on Twitter.
It's like the V. His name begins with a V.
Who can shoot threes? I'm hoping the Lakers suck. We get their draft pick, and that'll be a miracle. We can get that. We can have a hell of a season and get like a top 2 pick. Well, we will be. The basketball guys do owe us. So I see Mr. Boggs put. Let's just put at the Pelicans. I agree. Healthy. That's usually always our downfall.
Pray he stay healthy. Yes.
Seasons with so much hype, and then we run into an injury wall, and then it's just downhill from there. So yes, Clay.
So John Wall looking good.
To the basketball guy, I hope John Wall does look good. He deserves it, man. He's going through a lot. Good guy. Hopefully he does. Turn.
He's a good guy.
Not turn his career around, but get his career back on track with the Clippers. Ziggy, you mentioned a good team. You say the Suns.
Yes.
They are a good case study because the Suns are kind of like in our shoes, I guess. A year and a half ago when, they kind of came out of nowhere, right? And then they are now a top team. But that first year or two when there was just like no expectations, you saw how much fun they was having. You saw how much fun the Phoenix City of Phoenix. And then, but that's the downfall. Happens to a lot of teams. It's all good when you got no expectations and you're new to it, right? So we're still in that bubble for the Pelicans where this is all new to them. The players, the city, or whatever.
Having fun, everybody.
Yeah, this should be a fun year. Like we had expectations, but it's like it's still new to us. Right. When you get to that second or third year of expectations, that fun starts turning into ego, starts turning into like high expectations. Like, fans ain't happy anymore with just making it to the playoffs. Fans ain't happy with just a first round. Like you gotta go all the way.
You gotta contend.
So we're seeing the Phoenix Suns right now. I mean, a long way to go, but like you seem to be struggling with these expectations and with, you got the coaches going at it with the players, some of the players going at it internally. That's a good case study for David Griffin to show the Pelicans all throughout the year, no matter what happens. Like, keep riding this high, guy, but we gotta stay a good coach and a good owner will have
good balance
in the middle. Because, brother, when you go high, it's great, but when you hit that freaking low. And the Suns hit a real bad low against Dallas last April. And they seem to be struggling now just to get
back up.
So you just want to get your guys to, again, you want to enjoy the highs, don't get me wrong, but stay in that high to middle range. Never let it get to where you rock bottom all the way to the bottom because it happens quick, Ziggy. It happens quick. The Suns went from everybody loving each other to now like they got so much internal.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. So I'm like, God dang, y'all. Like,
y'all with Monty?
Y'all were a popular, lovable team just a year and a half ago, and now y'all seem to not like each other. So I'm hoping that
what's going on?
Our staff keeps the team together no matter how great we do, or even if we wind up crashing and burning. You just got to keep everything in the middle.
Man, John, I appreciate you taking the time to come out with it. It's been an hour already.
Yeah, we always say, it's going to be a quick show, but we always have so much, well, mainly me, I be yap.
Man. Yeah, it was a quick show. It was a bonus.
Who joined? Like, I see Justin in your chat all the time. He's probably like one of your number one fans.
Yeah, that was my old roommate in college. My boy Jay Smooth.
Shout out to that's my friends are fun, man. Shout out to Justin.
Man.
Shout out to everybody who joined us again on a Friday night. Ziggy, I might have to do this show, if you don't mind, on my channel in the future. So we get out. It's going to be a Saints topic. We'll get these Saints fans. They got a lot to say right now. So we can go.
Remember Aaron Rodgers told his RELAX.
We said that after they went like 1-2, man. We went in 3. So like, they don't realize. No, we lost to the Carolina Panthers.
Hey,
the Carolina Panthers are a bad team.
A dead clock is right twice a day.
No. The Carolina Panthers are a bad team, and you're
a Colts fan, Boggs? Oh man, I'm sorry, bro.
Oh boy, that game sucked last night. And congratulations, they won. No matter how you win,
congrats, dog.
Nobody cares in December how you won in September, as long as you got that W on your schedule. Boy, that game was bad. Like, I don't think either fan base should come out that game feeling confident about their team.
He said, "I know."
but a win is a win. I would kill for the Saints to win like that right now, just because we need a goddamn win. I don't want to win pretty right now. I just want to win. So shit, man. But yeah,
definitely, man.
We lost to the Panthers, and the Panthers were like whooping our ass. I'm like, dude, this ain't
what's going on?
No, Baker Mayfield was like 7 of 27 for 112 yards, and we still were struggling to beat them.
It's the offense, bro.
I was like, Dennis Allen, you ain't off to a hot start, my man. You are not off to a hot start.
He look like he needs to just stick to being a defensive coordinator.
Sunday's going to be very telling. Ziggy. We at home. Seattle's a lot better than what we thought they were going to be, but we still should be a better team. If we lose to Seattle, Ziggy, we go 1-4. Woo!
And no DK either, right?
No, I think DK playing.
Oh.
Yeah, because they were hyping up.
I trust our defense, though. That's the thing. I'm not worried about our defense. It's our offense.
Marshawn has to redeem himself because Justin Jefferson definitely got the better of the matchup last
Oh,
Sunday.
I mean,
like good wide receivers are going to get their wins over good cornerbacks, but
yeah, Marshawn normally does what he's supposed to do. So
he's still the top 5 cornerback. Anybody who doesn't agree with that is silly. It's gonna be interesting.
Some people be hard on my guy. I be feeling bad for Marshawn and some of the guys. I be like,
cornerback is the hardest position to play in the league. You can win your matchup 60 plays out of 61, but
right,
you get one long 40-yard pass. That's all everybody gonna talk about. They're gonna talk about the times you stop to play the wide receiver,
breaking up passes, strip sacking.
When you get one long play or something, now you're the bad guy for the rest.
He
of the
trash.
week.
Get him out of here. Like like what the?
Anybody making fun of Lattimore must want to go back to the Jason David days, the Brandon Brown days. Like it used to be worse, folks. So cherish Marshawn Lattimore. I'm looking forward to that matchup, though.
Hey, but that goes back to what you said earlier, where it's fun, but fans start getting those expectations when they get a taste of success.
2017, 2018 was real fun, right? Unfortunately, 2018 should have been a year we did reach.
Yeah.
I always
see it.
Right now.
You see it in the back, bro.
I'm showing to the camera right now for mentioning
that newspaper article, man. We got it once.
You should have 2, Ziggy. You should have one above it. I mean, below it. That says 2018.
That's true, bro.
But Ziggy, now again, 2017, 18, we was on cloud 9, right? 2019 and 20, we went 13-3 and 12-4. Those are damn good seasons. But
wearing people out.
It never matched those because now you got expectations. Now it's like Super Bowl or bust. And now fans look back on and they were complaining about Sean Payton and Drew Brees and how that shit's turning out for y'all now.
Remember that's a good point that you mentioned, that, John, because remember Sean Payton.
In our circle too, we had a lot of people in our circle. Oh, it's time for Drew Brees to go. It's time for Sean Payton to go. I was like, without Drew Brees and Sean Payton now, motherfuckers. Sorry for the language, but I told everybody. I was like, Hall of Fame quarterbacks and Hall of Fame potential coaches don't grow on trees. Grass ain't gonna be green on the other side, man. Trust me. Like it's gonna be a hard knock life without Drew Brees and Sean Payton. And we learning that right now.
I know, bro.
You got me.
And that's true though, because you said, remember doing the Sean Payton? There's videos of Sean Payton dancing in the locker room with the guys doing the dance. They was having a good time, beating people, blowing them out by 30. Doing the Sean Payton.
Those days we had fun. Those days we had fun.
Doing the chopper style. Remember all that, bro? Like,
I think everybody was enjoying those things except Lyndon. Lyndon was still finding something to be negative.
That's true.
If everybody watches the show, that y'all should know who Lyndon is. He's usually in the chat box. That boy can be. You can win a Super Bowl, and Lyndon will still be complaining that we didn't win by enough points.
I know we won, but damn,
we got the trophy. What you complaining about? Like the trophy's in our hands right now.
My boy Lyndon at the game right now, probably, huh?
Yeah, he be on the bench. Like they showing him right now. They just, they move fast. He probably
That's funny.
We losing by 3 points in preseason. Like niggas preseason. Let me calm down. I'm sorry. I won't curse on your show.
Nah, you good, man.
Curse on the great Let's Hash It Out platform that Ziggy has.
Good, man. But we wanted to do more shows like this. When things pop up, we want to hop on it, talk about it, and then we still have our shows on Tuesday, but give people some bonus content, some more content for the YouTube channel. So,
to all your loyal Let's Hash It Out fans, I promise you guys, I'm not going to be a regular. So don't get scared by this face. All right, Sean and Tay will be back, and they will be mainly doing the pop-up shows, as you would call them.
Oh
so
no!
I know it's
inviting Jano.
I know it's Halloween, but don't let this face scare you guys. All right, you say I'm not.
Nah, you will be invited back, especially to hash some things out with Sean with some of these topics, man. Y'all have very different opinions on certain things.
Ziggy, it's coming, Ziggy. It's coming, dog. It's coming. He be making too many slick remarks during the show too.
He do be making some slick remarks.
I have my ton out of respect for you and Tay, but Sean got it coming, man.
He do be making some sly remarks, but that's our boy.
What you think his excuse gonna be tonight that he couldn't join us?
He said he had to work. Justin said DA and Brian Kelly both need daiquiris. Says Jay Smooth.
Brian Kelly, for all his faults, is 3-1. He's 3-1. So again, in December, we're not gonna look back at LSU schedule and be like, oh, but they won this way or that way. As long as you get that W, it don't matter. So Shout out to Brian Kelly. He's finding ways to
Brian
win.
Kelly.
It doesn't look pretty. It's not as fun as it was.
It ain't pretty. That's true.
19 when our offense was scoring like 50 points a game and we were blowing everybody out, but he's finding ways to win. And I respect that. When a coach can find ways to win, I respect that. DA wishes he was 3-1 and had Brian I'm real sour on Dennis Allen right now.
So you saying LSU and the Saints are not the same?
They're not. One is 3-1 and one is 1-3. Shit, they're not the same. Shit,
oh man, Jono, what can these fine people find you at, bro? What can these people find you at, bro?
Folks, all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Literally just put in Jono Barnes and this pretty face will show up. Hopefully you guys enjoy my content. It's a lot of comedy. Remember the word comedy is subjective, so I can't promise that you'll laugh, but I can guarantee you might smirk a little bit. You know, they might chuckle a little bit, Ziggy. So hopefully.
Oh no. People look. Hey, Mr. Boggs, whenever you get a chance, go on Twitter, YouTube, all that. Type in Jono, follow him, bro. If y'all aren't following Jono, he is a good friend of myself, S. Ryder, a close friend, brother. Went to high school together. That's my boy. Y'all go follow Jono. He's doing big things with the city of New Orleans, with our sports teams, with the Pelicans, with the Saints, creating content. Interacting with the fan base, getting everybody hyped up with the games. Even in defeat, he still finds ways to make us laugh and different things like that. So Jono is starting to become a staple in the fan base of New Orleans sports. It's crazy. So y'all definitely check my boy out. And I'm just go and search him up and look at the numbers. It's not exaggerating at this point. It's like legit. So definitely kudos to you, Jono, man. Like
kudos to you.
You're doing your thing, bro.
You guys are building with the Let's Hash It Out podcast. I look forward to seeing what topics you guys bring to the table. I look forward to seeing what Sean and T get into it about on Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you be the great moderator / producer that everybody knows that you are. And I look forward to seeing the growth of you, Ziggy, personally, as a content creator, as a producer. And I always say this is like 4 shows that I've done with you, Ziggy. I'm waiting for you to come do a skit with me.
Oh, yeah.
We always say that. We say that every time we do an interview, and here we are.
Oh, yeah, man. We got
October 2022. I have 0 skits, Ziggy.
You know what, Jono? We're going to have to, after this, we're going to set it up.
I'm with that.
No more excuses. We got to set it up.
I can be so much more creative when I have extra people to work off.
That's true.
So me, you, and Sean together doing something, you know how much fun
crazy. Just like the good old days.
Even though dirtbag, grumpy Linden, we'll have a lot of fun.
Just like the good old days in high school.
For y'all platforms too, we can have a lot of fun and do some skits to pop off. Let's hash it out. But we'll talk about that offline. We get
man. So, Jono, before we let you go, man, is there anything you want to tell the people? We're going to go ahead and give you the floor uninterrupted. You could talk to the people before we let you go. And then we'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your Friday, the rest of the preseason with the Pelicans and everything. And then we'll let you go, bro. Once again, thank you for joining us tonight, man.
Yeah, what the hell is that? God dang, boy, I need to put on some. What is it called? There was, that Spanish? Oh. Thank you, Ziggy the Beast, for having me on the Let's Hash It Out platform to talk a little bit of sports. I know sports isn't the main topic of this platform, but I always enjoy a good sports discussion. And Ziggy and Sean being huge sports fans, I appreciate them implementing sports into the Let's Hash It Out platform. Shout out to everybody who was in the chat. Big shout out to Mr. Boggs, who just said he followed me on Twitter. I appreciate that, Mr. Boggs. And to Justin, you guys are always in the chat room showing love to the Let's Hash It Out crew. Trust me, support like that goes a long way, especially for small content creators like ourselves. Nothing is ever too small when it comes to engagement or interaction or likes and things like that. So I appreciate you guys for joining us on this random Friday night. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be with us. We do appreciate that. Shout out to everybody that was on Twitch enjoying me and Ziggy hashing it out. I don't know if we really hashed out anything. I just rambled for the past 45 minutes, but I love you all. Thank you all for following me on my platforms. Again, at Jono Barnes. The name is right there. I think I'm pointing the right direction. I'm really just pointing that open arrow right now, but I know Ziggy got the graphic right there, so I'm not pointing at my private parts, I promise. I think I'm pointing at Jono Barnes. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And as always, it's still who that? And go Pelicans.
Thanks, Jono. Once again, appreciate everything that you do for us, man. Appreciate everything you do for the city of New Orleans, even though it's sports and everything like that. Definitely appreciate you get the fans riled up. You get everybody into the sports. You got people that don't even know much about the Saints or really care for the Saints. You converted them into Saints fans. So stuff like that, man, is good to see, and definitely look forward to your growth going forward. Once again, another person from our city of New Orleans doing it big, and once again, that's what we like to do here at Let's Hash It Out podcast. We like to put our people from our city on, New Orleans, man. So once again, we will still be on schedule with the show on Tuesday. We definitely appreciate y'all, and I think that's it. I'll see y'all in the next one.
Hey, it's Tay from Let's Hash It Out podcast. The first place you come to hash things out every Tuesday at 7 p.m. No topic is off the table, and the audience is the biggest part of the show. Get ready for Let's Hash It Out podcast.
All right, everybody, for those that are on Twitch, we're going to go ahead and raid 8-Bit of Fun. He's just started his stream off. Sending y'all over there now. Thank y'all for joining, and I'll see y'all on Tuesday.